Call the meeting to order. And you got the roll.
Move for approval of minutes, both meetings on August 4th, 2015.
And I'll second.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, then we have item 2, that's Matthew Herman. I can look at this one.
Matthew Herman, here, come on up,
Matthew
have a
Herman.
seat.
Fine, come up front here.
Mr. Chair, can I just make an announcement for
Michael,
everyone?
sure.
This is for everybody here in the room tonight. Tonight's committee actions, whatever happens, whatever we do with anything in committee is not final until it's voted on by the entire council. So that would be next week, Tuesday, meetings at 7 p.m. Generally, the council takes our recommendations very seriously, especially if it'd be like a 5-0 recommendation. But things that come out of this committee, maybe 3-2 or even 4-1, other members of the council may have questions on. So depending on how any particular issue tonight gets dealt with, you may want to consider coming to next Tuesday's meeting. So, and you could ask any one of us after this meeting tonight if whether it'd be worth your while. So.
Okay. Okay, you're going to be opening up the formerly 1022
Yes.
bar. The license is still, and the license is still there because they have 60 days for someone to, so, okay. Which, Jenna, now if we vote on this tonight, it's not going to be okay till September 1st, which is past the 60 days. Does that matter?
I don't think it matters because it's in progress.
Right, okay, just wanted to make sure on that one. Have you ever run a bar before?
I own 2 bars, so I ran it with her, helped her out.
Okay, so you're familiar with all
She
the
had
rules
one
and
on.
regulations?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Let's see, you gonna be serving food over there at all?
Yes,
Okay, now you're really close with your neighbors there.
correct.
And every so often we run into problems with, just a little bit too much noise. I don't know if you know the neighbor across the yard from you, the people on the corner, people that live there?
Not
To the
yet, not
south.
yet.
I would go knock on the door and talk with them and say if there's a problem, they should come see you.
Oh, definitely,
You know,
I want to
because-
know them all.
Yeah, because that's very good for them.
I want to respect the neighbors, that's the main thing about it.
Okay,
Mr. Chair, if I could.
Alderman Weigel.
You mentioned you ran 2 bars before.
I didn't run in my own 2 bars.
Okay, and what
So I
bars were
assisted
those?
with her. One was on 36th and Lincoln, it was called Lincoln Lounge. The other one was down in Cudahy, it was called Sassy Sue's.
Okay. I'm looking at your public entertainment form that you filled out here, and you didn't check much. You checked that you'll have a pool table,
Correct.
and you'll have a phonograph.
It's pretty much like a stereo
It's a
system.
CD, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says phonograph. We're not gonna make you play vinyl. You didn't check jukebox.
I'm not gonna have a jukebox.
You're not gonna have a jukebox. You're not gonna have karaoke or patrons dancing.
No, there's no room for that.
I just wanted to make sure we were clear on all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, so, okay.
Is there any further?
Mr. Chairman,
Alderman Barza.
one of the things that we do in the city of West Dallas, Weeds and Seeds program, it's funded, and we will send, in fact, we have people that violated it that are going to be on our agenda tonight coming in front of us. We will send underage people into the bar. We send them into other places for cigarettes or whatever, and with the attempt of catching you not checking IDs. So I recommend highly that you check IDs. Do you ever have?
One of my main priorities would be
Very good.
making sure at the door, and I'm gonna make sure the bartender's double check.
And just to let you know, everybody that comes in front of us, we hear that over and over,
Oh, I bet you hear
but
all
after 6 months or a year, it kind of goes away. So just make sure that you're checking, because on a regular basis, we do have that program, and we will send them in there, whether it's a convenience store, bar, gas station, doesn't matter. It's on a regular basis. Also remember that your neighbors were there before you.
Correct.
And keep that in mind, that you have to respect them. You have to live with them. They were there first, you're coming in now new, and you need to respect that.
Correct.
So just make sure that that is followed too. The last one is always cooperate with the police department. You're gonna have many people come in front of us. We'll have police reports, well, they won't call the cops, they try to brush it under the table. Somebody goes to the hospital, and then they say, oh, what happened at that bar? And they're in front of us, and then they're right away going, oh, well, I didn't think it was that bad. If it's bad, call the police, they're there to help you.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, do I have a motion?
Sorry, one other thing. It's actually 90 days and not 60 days.
It's 90 days?
Yes. So we're
Okay.
definitely okay.
According to ordinance, okay,
Yep.
okay, fine. Thank you.
Move for
Thank you.
approval.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Good luck.
Yep.
What does that mean?
What does good luck mean?
Means it's been approved by this committee. It'll go to the full council next Tuesday. It will likely pass.
Okay.
You just have to go through the process with the inspection. You've already started.
Yeah, I
that
did all the
with
inspections already, yeah, I just got to
Okay.
finish the health up tomorrow, that's it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
the soonest it would be available would be next week, Wednesday, after 10 a.m. And if you don't pick it up that day before 2 p.m., it'll be mailed. Do we usually mail out? Yeah, it'll be,
Actually, Laura will probably hold on to them.
okay.
Pick up.
Yeah, you'll physically come and pick up the
Okay, no
licenses.
problem.
Next week, Wednesday, after 10 a.m.
Come in and pick it up?
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much.
Okay. Mark Timber. Mark Timber.
Across the street. Double B.
So, okay, you're taking over or are you just getting becoming the agent
No.
for that? Or are you taking over the?
You've been in there.
I've been in there for a couple of months. We're taking over the front of the house operations as well.
Oh, okay.
Scott and Rich have decided to move on.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Chairman?
Oh, Barza.
He's still going to own the building.
Yes,
You're going to
we
lease
are
it from him, you're
allowed,
leasing the
yeah.
business, so now you're going to lease the total package. You're going to have the bar and the food. You're all encompassed. You've heard what we told the other gentleman, and I think you're pretty
Yes.
familiar with it, being that you were in the premises for the last few months.
Yes.
Okay,
Mr. Chair,
Alderman Wiley.
no substantial changes to the business model you're operating there now, right?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, do I have a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Good luck.
Okay,
I'm hungry for some barbecue.
we,
Free samples would be good.
I thought we didn't ask Mark Lutz Mark Lutz is here? I think we didn't ask him. This is for the kebabs on Beecher Street there? This is where we're moving the
The
license from fire.
From fire, move for approval?
Second.
Is there any further discussion?
Sure. I was under the impression when we bought Jim Henry's that license was going to be vapor, gone. When did this change?
Mr. Sheriff, I could address that because I'm on the fire board.
And both of you are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so both are. Go ahead.
The city didn't buy the license, didn't buy Jim Henry's.
Fire did?
Yeah, and whatever impression we may have had, the fire board got all the assets. I mean, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, and we did
You
check
want my
with,
sign?
yeah,
Pardon me? No.
we did check with the city attorney's office before, to make sure everything was
All right.
on the up and up. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. John?
Janeka
Janeka?
Gunn,
Glenn.
or Glenn,
Glenn.
Glenn.
Janeka? Glenn?
Lives on North 75th Street.
Okay, we'll hold that. What is this? Gary Johnson?
Gary's back for his usual, what's going on with his court date?
November 4th.
Pardon me?
Court date's set for November 4th.
Okay, and before, okay. Thinking
So I guess there's probably no reason to bring you back before.
Before,
No, are you, Mr. Chair?
all in one.
Are you gonna have, on November 4th, does that mean you're gonna know? Is it the final court date, or is that just gonna
Trial
be,
date.
that's so we're probably not gonna know status on this for months and months yet, is that correct?
That's right.
I'm gonna ask somebody with some
We'll
courtroom
let them
experience.
speak up here. Is this OWI Terrace?
Yeah,
I mean, we don't have to wait till the end of the court date. We can take action prior to that. I'm trying to find it on here.
My understanding was that the committee that's going to determine whether the person guilty or not, determines how the committee's gonna vote.
Well, we can still have a hearing though, we can, where did this happen in Westdale? The arrest?
Up there again.
Oh, so Greenfield? We can still subpoena the Greenfield officers, they can testify, and you can have a hearing to determine whether you can find that he committed a third OWI. So you don't have to wait till the end of the court case. It's a lower burden of proof as well here. Even if he was found not guilty, he still could, you could still find that he was committed an OWI.
I think the committee would rather still wait.
Yeah,
See
but
a
that's-
court of competent jurisdiction decide on it.
How's everybody else feeling then? Is that okay? Just wait
I'm
till,
fine with it.
wait till,
November, yeah, 'cause-
we're probably looking at next year then, right?
Yep.
No, it should be decided on November 4th, and that's been set for jury trial, November 5th.
Oh, okay. So then we'll figure, I tell you, if it's all done, call the city clerk's office, and then we'll vote on it in, the first Tuesday in December.
All right.
That should do that, that's good. Okay, to give us some time.
December 1st.
Right. Hold, December 1st again? Okay, so we're gonna continue to hold that.
So you don't need to keep coming back here.
Okay, thank you.
December 1st is probably the next time we'll see you.
All right.
Isabel Costello.
Hard to say. Snow on the ground.
Isabel? It's a renewal. Second appearance. Okay,
Hold it.
well, I don't know, it's a second appearance.
This is her
hold it to
second
the end of the
non-appearance?
meeting.
This is her second
Yeah.
non-appearance?
Yeah, okay, we'll hold
Hold
it.
it to the end of the meeting in case she walks in.
Christina Martin. Christina, okay. She is here. Is there a new license?
Yep, yes.
You said you have no violations.
Mr. Chair, if I could?
Go ahead.
Christina, when you fill out your application, your bartending application, we asked if you've ever been ticketed, arrested, convicted, or fined of anything, federal, state, city laws, and you've checked the box no? Is that correct?
On there, I don't know how the application looked again.
Well, I don't have a paper copy. Do you have a paper copy?
I can-
Yep. There's the paper copy.
Okay.
So you check no. It's right on the front page, right there, about in the
Halfway
middle.
down.
About in the middle. You check no, and then there's a bunch of blank lines.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I see.
Is that correct?
Yes.
That's correct. You
Am I
not,
supposed to check? Yes. Oh,
Yours.
okay, I see that. I was reading it a little too quickly.
yeah, so if you could change that now, you would?
Yes.
Okay, and I guess I have a question here, because there's one that really bothers me, is this obstructing an officer in
Yes.
Cudahy. Could you explain what happened there?
I was underage. I ran away at the age of 17. And when the officer found me, I pretty much lied.
Lied to an
Yeah.
officer?
Yeah, gave him a false name because I didn't want to go back home and everything like that. So that's
Was it just because you were a runaway, or was there?
No, just a runaway.
It was like you were caught shoplifting, or
No.
drinking, or
No.
anything like that?
No.
And then the other question I have is, do you have a driver's license right now?
No.
Okay, so you gonna walk to work? It's kind of a hike down Highway 100.
No, I take a cab.
Okay. And how'd you get here today?
Friend dropped me off.
Okay. See, the thing is, as we touched on it a little bit before with the previous applicant, we want our bartenders also to be partners.
Okay.
So when there's a problem, we don't want you to be afraid. We
Right.
don't want you to lie to the police.
Right.
We want you to call, if the incident requires the police, we want you to call, and when they come, we want you to be cooperative with them.
Right.
So this,
Right.
and, you were 17, whatever was going on there,
Yeah, because I currently hold City of Milwaukee bartender's license as well.
and where do you work there?
I used to work at Ultra Lounge, downtown Milwaukee. And I've hold that for about a year now.
And do you have a full-time job otherwise, or are you
Just
going to
work.
school, or?
No.
So bartending will be your,
Yep.
your sole job?
Yep.
So you're going to treat it with the importance that it's
Yes.
due? Okay.
Do I have a motion?
I'll move approval.
And I'll second.
Do I have any further discussion?
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Okay.
Thank you.
Jennifer Nelson. Jennifer Nelson. Okay, we'll hold that till the end. Natalie
Biedenbender. Natalie B.
Natalie B, that's...
Natalie B's, that's fine.
Okay, this is for a new bartender's license. You don't know where you're gonna work yet?
All Johnny Hammers.
Okay.
Mr.
You
Chairman,
can have a-
if you read the next report,
Ellen Barzer.
that's the one where she didn't have her license. She had a license, didn't renew it, correct?
Well, I did, what happened is I sent in 3 different things. Oh, I don't know, do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I sent in 4 different things at the same time. My Social Security, my American Family, Time Warner, none of these got to where they were supposed to be, including my license. We were on vacation. I did not find this out until I came back on the day that they came to Johnny Hammers. It's the first time that I found out that my license hadn't gone through. So as soon as I found that out, I went immediately down there, paid it right away, came back, gave him my receipt, gave the officer my receipt. He was very nice, told me I was very cooperative, and basically that's about it. I even have a letter here from Social Security telling me I needed to come in before a certain date because they never got their pay. It's for my children and I for our Social Security. So there were a few things that didn't get where they were supposed to. So that was the whole problem there.
Okay. Yeah, so you're probably gonna take these both at the same time. So on the license...
Mr. Chairman?
So you've got... Go ahead, Bowser.
I think the thing is, that if we look at her record, she has that violation. You got ticketed for that, not having a license. And then 1993, 2013 were 2014 were traffic violations and pretty minor stuff, nothing there real. I don't believe that this is a hardened criminal by any means. I think she did make a mistake. Now, it is your responsibility to know that the license is good for 2 years, and renewal is every 2 years, and it's always the same month, and it is your responsibility.
Well, I didn't know it didn't go through until they told me, actually.
But having said that, I think you've learned your lesson, and I got the funny feeling we won't see you in front of us again. So
Okay.
with that, I move that we place it on file.
Well, no, this is the license
sorry.
first, number 9.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Do we have any further discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. And number 13, which is the police report on that?
I'm not done, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Move the place on file.
Do we have a second?
Second.
What does that mean, place on file?
That means that the police ticket thing, you've got the ticket and all that, but we're not gonna take any action above and
Okay.
beyond that.
But it is on your record.
So but I can still go to court and fight that if I want to. Okay, all right.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let's see. Patrick Kozadowski. Okay, Patrick, I know why you're here. Now, okay, this particular case, there's 2 instances, so I get them back here. Is this the one where your bartender was there, or?
Yes.
Is this the breaking into the video games?
Yes.
Were the video games broken into, or did they slip a string in, and they were physically?
They took the top off.
Is that easy to do?
It is.
Your bartender, there's a couple things in there where he couldn't even function.
Yeah.
And there was a little statement in there where that he might actually perhaps been drugged.
Right.
Did he go for any tests or anything?
We talked to him the next day, and that was his last shift. We let him go after.
Oh, you did? Okay, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
And because of that incident,
Yeah. Yeah.
was the bar like left open after he passed out?
He
The
did lock
doors-
it before he before that happened. So,
So he had enough sense to do that?
yeah, he did lock the door, but he passed out behind the bar.
Okay. Is there any further comments here? Do I have a motion?
Yeah, I moved the place on file.
Second?
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Thank you.
Yep.
Gregory Tan.
Easy.
Hi.
All right.
And you know why you're here.
Yeah.
In this incident. I'll tell you, I read over this police report a couple of times, and my main problem I had with it is that, you know, how intoxicated the person was. You know, and it's one of the problems that we always get when the police come in and they talk to the people, they always say, you know, highly intoxicated.
Right.
You know, and the person was there for a while, you know.
Yeah, I guess so. I wasn't even in town.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't, you want to know when I found out about this? When it was delivered to my mailbox 3 days ago.
So your employees didn't tell you a word about it?
Told me that there was an altercation in the bar. First it started with the guy that started this whole thing, went outside with a glass. He went out there and told him no glass outside. He dropped it, you know, broke it on the sidewalk, said it was an accident. He told him he had to leave. He said, just give me a second chance. He brought him, this is exactly what I was told now. He let him come back in. He served him a drink. He told him, you're gonna only get one more drink from me and then you're gonna have to go. Then he started an altercation with 2 women and 3 guys, an argument. The bartender came around the bar, told him he had to go right away. Told him he wasn't gonna leave. He said, I'm gonna call the police. He said he went behind the bar, made believe like he was gonna call the police. And the guy that had the birthday party there said, I'll get him out. And my bartender said, no, it's okay. He came back around the bar. They both issued him out the door. And these guys he was arguing with about these girls or whatever, they went out there. I guess there was some pushing, shoving. He told me somebody threw a punch, and it ended. Then this guy who hit these people left. He tried to come back in at 1:30 a.m., he said, wouldn't allow him in. He said, and that's the last he saw of him, after 1:30 a.m. And then he said, he closed at 2:30, and he was in the bar closing and stocking when the police knocked on them and said there'd been a guy had run into these people. That's exactly, I just left him before I came here. I said, I want to get the story straight so I know, because I knew nothing about this. I was told this, there was an altercation, this guy caused trouble, they kicked him out, that he left my bar, went down 76th Street, hit some woman by Lincoln Avenue crossing the street. That's what I was told. So when I got this in the mail, I was devastated. I didn't even know this went on.
Mr. Chair, if I could.
Alderman Weigel.
So what should your staff have done differently?
Well, I know what he should have done differently. The minute he dropped that glass outside, I'd have never let him back in the bar.
Does your staff know that now?
Well, they know it for sure.
You know, that they're pretending to call the police?
Yeah.
Yeah. Call us.
Exactly.
Call the police. That's why we're
I
here.
stress that issue to every bartender I have. I tell them,
And when your bartender saw a punch being thrown outside, or was told a punch was
Should have
thrown outside?
called the police right
Call the
away.
police. There was 3 times.
I know, I agree with you.
That an earlier intervention, and this is beyond not serving the guy, you know.
Right.
I read the police report, and the guy, the glass gets dropped, that said, pal, you're cut off. Well, you know what? And that means cut off.
Cut off.
You know, there was another opportunity right there.
I know.
You know?
If I would have been there, Marty, I'm telling you right now, it would have never happened.
Yeah.
But I stressed the fact, and I got everybody together on the weekend and told them, you call the police. We don't deal with this stuff. That's why we have a police department. I told them right out. You know, I said, I've been there a long time, and I do not put up with stuff up by me, you know, and I told them, I said, what are you thinking? I mean, you've seen me there, and when something starts, what do? I go to the phone and call the police department. I mean, if I'm gonna I see something starting and I ask them to leave, they don't leave, I don't even mess with it. There's no reason to even come around the bar.
Okay.
So the bartender's still working for Andy Taco? Is that
Andy, yeah, but he's not gonna be for long.
He's on probation?
Yeah, he is, and
Let's hope he's not watching.
Hopefully he knows he's on
well, no, you know, it's a fact.
He should know that he did wrong.
Yeah.
Any further discussion?
No, only that we've seen you here only once, and this is the first time in my term on this committee. So I move to place on file, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Mr. Chair,
Oh,
I
wait.
just want to reiterate, I mean,
Yeah.
this is serious with us, you know that. And
It's
just
serious.
let your staff know, and we want everybody watching
Oh, I
on
agree.
TV, that this over-serving of patrons and
No, I
and just
agree with you.
not paying attention to it. you know.
I couldn't agree with you more.
The guy had 3 chances there to call the police.
I
He
know.
had the phone in his hand, he was pretending to call the police.
I know.
And-
Totally wrong.
And we realize that it's hard sometimes to tell when somebody's, really, really drunk, or.
I don't
in
have
this
too hard
case,
of a time
it's-
telling it.
No,
I'm pretty good at it after all these years. I'm pretty darn good at it.
Okay, well, you gotta teach your bartender.
Don't go on vacation then.
My father-in-law's dying, so we were up there. That's why we were out of town.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we have, I believe there was 8 people for involving this.
Serving alcohol to underage people?
Oh, okay.
First is tobacco compliance.
Oh, you're doing the tobacco first? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's do the Speedway first.
Number
Oh, I'm
14.
sorry. Getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Okay, number 14 is a police report. I believe this was, I didn't think we had anybody, did we?
Robert J. Mold, agent for Speedway, 91st and
Oh,
National.
that's right. That's what I'm thinking. Come on. Okay, I apologize. Getting ahead of myself. That's right, because you didn't appear there last time.
No.
All I can do is, if I just really need a note up here, I'd be fine. Okay, now was it you or somebody?
It was an employee of mine, yes.
You know, and-
Former employee.
I'm sorry, sir, who are you? You're Robert Mold?
Yes, I'm Robert Mold, I'm sorry. I am
Okay.
the general manager of the store, yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, it's all right, it's all right. And you said he's not working there anymore?
No, she's not.
She's not working there anymore?
That was her last day.
Do you have a policy or something, or?
Yes, we do, actually. If, anytime that you sell cigarettes or in the other cities, alcohol to minors, it is an automatic dismissal. So,
Then they pay the ticket too? You get the ticket from them? and-
no, they pay the ticket.
Yeah.
They're responsible
Yeah,
for
I
the
guess the
ticket,
ticket
plus
goes to
they
them.
lose their job, so they kind of get a double.
Yeah.
Okay, do I have a motion?
Move to place on file.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Mr. Chair?
Oh, wait.
And everybody goes through some sort of training, they watch a video about
Yes, they
responsible
do. It's about a
service and all.
half hour to
Yeah.
45-minute training, plus our registers are designed to, every time they sell a pack of cigarettes,
Yeah.
it actually pops up to tell them to, and they have to physically go past it.
They have to put in some number.
Yeah, well, they have to hit, over 40 or manually enter the ID when they do get an ID, so.
Okay.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, then we have Martha Garcia. Okay.
That's my space.
You're Martha?
Yes.
Okay, do you know why you're here?
Yep.
And, let's see. Do you have your, did you reapply for the liquor license?
Yeah, she has it.
Do you have your license and everything now?
She just needs to put that on English, just helping out.
Oh, okay.
On the dot.
Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman,
Alderman Barzak.
I'll just, obviously, this was some kind of an error,
Yes.
correct? Because I've been in the restaurant and want to compliment you on one thing. I've never seen a cleaner restaurant. I don't know what you do, but that thing is spotless. For whatever you do, keep it up. And we've never had a problem there, except for that one little violation. So I move we place on file.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? It's carries.
Thanks for coming in.
Okay, so, first we have the, okay, now all the people.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to back up here a second. Looking back at the cigarette compliance checks, we brought in the Speedway.
Right, we did everybody else previously,
Thank you very much.
and he wasn't here. He didn't show up for that meeting, so he's here.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't know that.
okay, 7 we're selling, sold to underage people. Well, people want to come forward. Everybody just want to come up here at the same time? all the people.
Great chair.
Yeah, yeah, it's me.
Let's
Oh,
see
I
if
don't know
we,
you
see if we can come up with the names.
Okay, we have Jay Beans, that's
That's,
Me, Jill
Yep.
Selsky.
Yep.
Selsky, okay. Jason Wilson.
that's why I wanted to make sure we had them all.
Okay. Michelle Felton.
Michelle, will you have the seat?
Yes.
David Bickler.
Well, it's actually you that got busted. He's on his way here.
Oh, David Bickler's on his way here? Okay.
We're both partners.
Are you his brother?
No.
Just his partner.
Yeah.
And are you the one that actually?
Yeah.
All right.
Hugo Juarez.
I'm for him, Attorney Dan Miley.
Okay. Dan?
I think Dan McGuire's in back row. Come on up, Dan.
I'm just gonna do some, let's see. I told Jeffrey he didn't have to come on today's meeting. Okay. And that's it then.
So we're missing
We're
one,
just,
right?
just one person, basically, yes. Jason Williams from Magoo's.
So am I sitting down or?
Sure, have a seat.
Sit.
This is not going to take long.
Okay,
He's on the clock. Everybody else is on their own dime.
okay, so we had this thing where we went in and went to 10 bars and 7 of them got in violation. I don't know what this person looks like, but apparently everybody, 7 out of 10 served the person. We had a question about that some people they didn't give the ticket right away, that they got it in the mail sometime after that. And I had talked to the assistant chief, and he sent me a copy of our procedures and how we do that. Fortunately, my printer wouldn't work, so I couldn't get it off here, but you know, what it said there was that they usually come back into the bar, you know, with the person, you know, and may not issue the ticket right there, but just tell them that they're in violation. Now, in talking to Lieutenant Johnson there, she says that they don't do that. You know, that you just go away and mail the ticket. They did, they came back in for you?
Immediately.
Okay, did they come
Well, like
back?
within-
The next day.
Oh, the next day.
Okay, did they do it, did they come in that night for you?
No.
Well, I know Dan, they didn't.
Dan, they didn't.
The later on that day they did?
Later on that night, I believe.
That they came
Yours would
in?
be like the next day. We typically wouldn't do it right away, so it prevents one bar owner, bartender from calling.
All the other
the
bartenders,
other end.
saying that they're out checking and everything, and that's why they do that.
Yes, it's more
You know.
effective than obviously.
Right. And so that's why they do it. But why, and how many of you were the person to sell them? The person, you were the person, well, you're not the owner, but
No.
Dan was, you and your
No.
bartender sold?
My bartender.
And so, and your bartender? Okay, so, yeah, I don't know
I thought
why.
they were passing funny money.
Pardon me?
I thought these two chicks were passing funny money. They come in, one orders of water, one orders of beer. One of them looked familiar. I started talking with them. They gave me a $100 bill. Same instance that we had happen like 7 years ago on Christmas Eve when we had the guy come in and pass some funny money.
But then the
So that's
person,
why you didn't card the next person?
I was trying to get, there was something going on between them. There was a look between them.
Yeah.
I knew that they were together, and he came, he looked older.
so you
I
didn't
thought
card.
these chicks were the ones that were passing funny money.
Yeah.
I mean, officers.
Officers, yes. Yes.
Women.
Yes.
I didn't know they were officers.
He didn't know they were officers at the time, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really disrespectful. to
But-
public.
Sorry.
Yes. So, okay, Dan?
Well, one of the bars, not mine, carded these two people. Carded them.
Right.
And after, the same procedure each bar, I believe. Then after this bar, not mine, carded these two people. The underage guy comes in, serves him. That kind of tells you something. In my case,
Well-
I didn't card them, and I didn't card him.
Right.
But as long as I'm talking.
Careful what you admit to. Careful what you admit to.
Well,
I guess.
I must be guilty of something. I paid the ticket. I'm not
Okay.
sure what happened.
Yeah.
I want to make a
Go,
point.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Dan. Let Dan,
You said you don't notify the bar because you're worried about some guy calling another guy. Maybe I get that, I don't get that, but I know what you're saying. But in my case, now I got something, look, Each one of these represent July. July 9th, the day that happened. July 27th, the day I get a letter. I don't have any knowledge from the 9th till the 27th. No knowledge. Takes me until the 30th to get the police report. Now I know who did it. I did it because I could tell by the time. Now, I get what your people are trying to do, but aren't you supposed to notify the bar so if he did something wrong, they can stop it and clean it up? Now, I may be the only bar that this happened to, but that's what happened. I'm just saying, I'm not looking at this. But if you're gonna ask me what happened, I gotta laugh.
You don't, yeah, you don't remember what the person even looked like?
In defense for the police department, they tried, you know, I have a cell phone, and a lot of times if I see numbers I don't know, I don't answer. But they tried to get a hold of me like 3 or 4 times and finally did it. So they made several attempts to get a hold of me and tell me that, you know, this had gone on, so they did try that.
And Mr. Chair?
Hold on, Mike.
I don't think this is this isn't the forum where we should be investigating the police's technique on this type of thing. The question is, what are we gonna do to these businesses? I think everybody's got the message, right? Everybody got an expensive ticket out of it?
I was just.
And your entire staff knows that you
Yes.
got tickets on it? And now all your friends and neighbors know from television?
The girl that got in trouble, that served, she paid not only her ticket, but she paid my ticket as well. I will not pay for another girl's mistake. I don't make those mistakes as a bar, and I bartend there, and I never would have gotten that ticket.
You know.
I've never had a ticket like that in 27 years.
So whether we want to
Yes.
maybe work with the police on a different technique, maybe you only do one sting a night. I don't know how that cuts on the efficiency of it or whatever. I understand,
I
you
have
know.
no problem with that. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Our problem is with our bartenders who weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just want to clear up. Now, Mr. Juarez, was he the one that sold it?
No, it was a new employee. Employee's been reprimanded, still working there, but has the message now.
Okay. You said the owner who got the letter, it should be here, he's on his way?
Yeah, we both work full-time during the day.
Mr. Chairman,
Alderman Barzak.
the people that are in front of us, with perhaps maybe the exception of a little bit of past history with Las Palmas, for the most part, run pretty good bars. And I don't recall seeing you in front of us. I think I've seen Dan once or twice. I think I've seen you maybe once.
Dan's never been.
Trying, we're all trying
Yeah.
to do good things.
And I think you've learned your lesson.
Yes.
And, you know, and the biggest thing is all you had to do is ask for the ID. The person doesn't push it anymore. As soon as that ID's asked for, they get up and walk right out. So just that asking for that ID. And I can relate back to a story of somebody I know that used to own a bar, and they used to ask for the ID. And even sometimes when they thought this might not be quite right, they would say, I'm going to hold this, and when I get a little time, I'm going to call the police department and have them come check this out. And, you know, just to see is this legit. And if they go, oh yeah, go ahead. Here you go. But if they, could I have that back? I think I need to leave right now. You have a fake ID in your hand.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, there's just little
I've
things
held
that you can do.
I've held them.
But card, it helps. With that, I'm going to move the place on file, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, that'd be
All of them.
16, 18, 19, but 17 didn't show up, so we're gonna have them come in again.
Correct.
16, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22 on tonight's agenda.
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion on any of these? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
You still want me to tell them to come here?
Yeah, you could text him, make sure he's gotten the message.
Love it.
I know.
Again, I apologize for coming out that way. Didn't mean to.
I only have 6 pages of it. You have to read up his cheat sheet for the rest of the agenda.
Some people walked in. Some people walked in. Let's just see if
Okay.
they happen to walk back in.
All right, we're gonna go back here, let me read that one again.
Item number 5.
Glenn? Johanna?
No, Janeka Glenn. Janeka Glenn here?
Okay.
So we're gonna wait on that one. And Isabel Costello?
For Castillo.
Castillo?
Castillo.
I stand corrected. I'll sit corrected.
And Jennifer Nelson, did a Jennifer Nelson walk in? Okay, all right. Got one?
I apologize, I had no idea I was supposed to be here.
That's okay.
One of my friends just-
We,
Okay, this was a renewal application, and what, you say you didn't get a letter, or?
Yeah, I had no idea that I had to come in for anything. I have no idea what this is about, actually.
Okay, let's see, between the time that it is issued to you the first time, we have a 2-year license here, you know, and until now, when you reapplied, you had a, operating after suspension, or, where's that police report? Oh, here it is. So that would have been operating while suspended twice, unregistered vehicle, and I think operating while registration, I don't know, the 14 one would have been there already. So you had all these violations since the last time you applied for the license, so you know it's a renewal, but these are things that we can not okay a renewal for. Okay, and by the way, this is the second time we've got it, so.
Mr. Chair?
I think this is the problem.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe it's because you had a warrant
Yeah.
that has since been satisfied.
Right, and
According to what we see.
I apologize, I literally found out from losing a fire department job, actually. They told me that I had an active warrant since April. And I'd called West Dallas, I went online before I even applied and was asking, paid all my citations, did the best I could, and then I find out from this fire department that I had an active warrant since April. I'd gotten nothing in the mail, I had no idea.
What was the warrant for?
The operating with, or
Oh.
after suspension or something like
Right,
that.
absolutely.
$149.
And that cost you a job at the fire department.
It did.
Okay, does anybody have a motion here?
Move to approve?
Second.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried.
Good, thank you.
Oh yeah, she wasn't here. Nelson wasn't here. So,
That was 5.
he was in here. Okay, then we have the, well, petition, everything on the Potbelly Pig.
Sorry, did we address Mr. Lau, or?
No, he called me and I told him he didn't have to come in.
Oh, okay.
He's got a job, I guess he drives truck to offset the cost of the bar or something. And he goes out on a long time, so,
I haven't received any payments from us, so an updated committee.
say it again?
Excuse me, Mr. Chair?
Yes.
You excused him from the compliance check one, but then I received the communication, he's delinquent on his for personal property taxes. That's what this jacket is about.
Oh,
I haven't received any payments.
oh, okay, hang on a second.
Not since May 1st of 2015.
Correct.
So you missed the last 3. Okay.
Okay, let's back up here. So I thought it was in there because
That's
number
item
21 was
number
appliance.
22.
Yeah, it's item number 22. So, somebody want to take, I see, Alderman Barrs, I take the motion and second on Wagner because we got to hold this one then.
I'll rescind my second.
I'll rescind my motion.
Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll call him
Come
in.
back in.
Okay, I'll put that around.
For next
Thank
Tuesday?
you.
And hopefully with $400.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Okay, so we're back to the Potbelly Pig issue. So, Sally, you want to come here? Come on. Now, we've read your communication to us and everything, and we've been going through this now for a couple of months on this issue. And it's not that easy of an issue simply because, you know, for myself, simply because I know a pet, you know, how you can get attached to a pet and everything, it becomes one of the family and everything. I understand all that, you know, but this is a little different because the rabies thing really bothers me. And setting precedents once again. So I don't know, does anybody else have any?
Mr. Chair,
Oh,
I
right.
just felt that I don't think we have to change our whole municipal code for one family and one potbelly pig.
Yeah, and well, that was kind of my feeling also, is that this family takes care, does everything right and everything, but
Right, but the next one might not.
the next, and that would have been, probably the next 10 won't.
And we could
You know,
end
and
up with
so-
17,000 potbelly pigs because we have 17,000 households.
Okay.
Mr. Chair?
Alderman Weigel.
So if I buy a tiny little pig somewhere, how do I know, and the person selling it to me, they say it's a potbelly pig, is there a genetic test, or there's no way to know? Okay, until it just keeps growing and growing and growing.
You don't know.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything? No?
Mr. Chairman?
Oh, Garza.
The couple things that were stated that I don't disagree with, when we look at making a decision, we do look at making a decision for the entire community. And it's the most difficult thing in the world is because there is a circumstance and you're trying to help with that circumstance, but then you have to look at again, the entire community. The other thing I think is I think we were misled a little bit on the size of the creature when they showed the pictures, et cetera. You know, we saw this little smaller thing, and I think it's a little bigger than what's actually perceived. And my understanding is that these animals can get up to the size of between 200 and 400 pounds. Is that correct? 200, 350?
Generally, miniature pigs can be anything under 300 pounds.
Okay, so 200 to 300 pounds. You know, pretty decent size. I just, everything that you have sent us, everything that I have read, and looking at other municipalities around the state of Wisconsin, and the number is extremely few that accepts these. And again, just like Alderman wrote, it's really, really difficult to make a decision for the entire community based on one individual. So I myself don't see any reason to change the ordinance either. And I'm going to vote to and it's hard because they're in my district. In fact, they're right up the street from me, that we not change anything in our ordinance.
Okay. What we have in front of us is a petition to create a section, a chapter, so the motion would be to place on file.
Move to place on file, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Alderman Weigel, second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. I believe that's all we have. I don't have an agenda.
There's a lot of people left.
What's everybody else here for?
That's for Johnny Hammer.
Johnny Hammers. We took care of that with the bartender.
Okay. Yeah,
That's good to see you.
she's right behind you. So.
Yep. We did that 2 at 1.
So are we here for something, anything in particular? Or?
I'd like to talk to somebody after the meeting.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, so, seeing that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.